What's good, YouTube? This your man Spill Dog. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, a few people don't like what I said about Frank with Tank in his next fight. I like Frank Martin too. You guys get too emotional about this boxing thing sometimes, but the truth is the truth. Okay, I like Frank. What one of the things that may give Tank some problems with Frank is a fighter that can lead and counter real good. From what I see so far in his career, but who is he beating to get all this respect? He get. I like Frank Martin too, but tell me who he beat. Michael Rivera, and that's the only person that's really known on his resume out of and he ain't, he ain't really done nothing. It's just a name that I know anyway. Unless you go look at boxing record or just remember the dudes who he fought, you wouldn't even know who these guys are. The reason why Tank was in a similar position as Frank a long time ago, maybe 6 years ago. Frank get the majority of the credit and respect he get because he was Earl Spence fighter. That's just the truth. A lot of guys like Frank now because he's Earl Spence fighter. That's the truth. That ain't to say that he can't fight, but he getting most of his credit from the dude that picked him up from the promotional company and what Earl was doing, and he was looking. He looked like Earl. He fight a lot like Earl in the ring, and that's where the respect coming in from because he in the camp with Earl and Derrick James. He ain't. Now I'm not saying he can't fight, but he ain't beat nobody to say, oh man, Frank making some noise out here. No, he just winning the fights that he been put in, and I say it loud and clear. C-level fighters. C-level fighters. He ain't fought no A-level fighter, not even close. He might have had one or two low B level fighters or C pluses. He ain't fought nobody on no level for people to say they know he can do this and do that. It hasn't been proven yet. And if that ain't the truth, tell me why it ain't. I'm just keeping it a buck. That's it. I like Frank too. Shit. Hell, I'm from Indiana. I mean, come on. I mean, it ain't yeah, it ain't a situation of trying to diss nobody. I just be trying to keep it real on my little channel. And I mean, anything can happen in a boxing match. Yeah, of course he could somehow win this fight. I don't see it. I don't see it because from 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 what's been proven up to this point, Tank is a better fighter. What's wrong with that? I mean, that's why Tank is the damn champion. Tank has beaten way better fighters than he's fought, and some of them fighters possibly better than Frank. You can't say he's better than people that and he ain't fought nobody that's even on these people level. You got to see what he looked like with stiff competition. I wasn't crazy about the last fight he had, and he admit that himself. I seen him get hurt to the body. These lesser fighters now. These lesser fighters. You know, uh, Now a lot of that could be on the trainer. The last time because he had his hands full. I'm quite sure he gonna have Frank looking better than he looked in the last fight because he ain't got all them fighters to train no more. So he got time now to sit there and do his job. He took no responsibility for what happened with Charlo and Earl last year, but uh, a lot of that's on him. His hands was too full. I'm quite sure he gonna have Frank as ready as Frank can possibly be. But I'm thinking Coach Calvin, I'm doing the same thing with Tank. And once again, I think Tank is an all-around better fighter. I think Tank an all-around better fighter than everybody in the damn division. I mean, I don't see why y'all tripping. I don't care who else named it up there against Tank. I feel this way, except Shakur Stevenson. I still be rolling with Tank, but Shakur got skills. Shakur can fight. I've always said that. I've always said Tank and Shakur, in my opinion, was the best two guys up there. And then Devin. I felt like Devin was the third best out of them three. And I still feel like that. I feel like Tank. I, I feel like Tank is the best one. Um, I think him and Shakur are on the same level as far as boxing skills and ability. And Tank got power. That's that thing that suppresses. That's what to me make him overlap the rest of them dudes. He got TNT in them gloves. Tank is hitting hard for real. He ain't this ain't no joke. He punching like that, So uh, I think what I like what I like about Frank a lot, and this is honest, this just the truth. What where Tank could have problems at with Frank in the early rounds is the fact that he not, like Adrian Broner is a pretty much a flat out puncher. He like to wait till you punch and counter off what you throw. Frank can lead or counter, and he can counter after off his lead. Frank got it. He got things that he do good. He really do, but that ain't nothing Tank ain't seen before. But that's definitely something that's in his arsenal. Do I now have you seen it from a good southpaw like Frank Martin? I don't know. I don't know. But that goes both ways. That go both ways. It's gonna be a lot Frank ain't seen before with Tank on the other side of that ring, And like I said, I mean, I like what Earl Spence said in a little interview he had the other day. They both gonna be fighting against the best competition. Frank is the best fighter that he feel like Tank been in the ring with, and he promote the guy. And Tank is definitely the best guy Frank been in the ring with to this point. I mean, that's crystal clear. And I would say this to Frank. Like I said, I've been saying it since the fight got announced. This is a win-win for Frank. He won once he got the fight, whether he win or lose. The win is him getting this big shot at the title, and I'm happy for him. And I mean that. He won the minute he got the title shot. But I ain't finna sit up here and lie to myself and say I think he gonna win this fight. Now, if he do win, it'll be a major upset, and it's been a year of upsets. I mean, it won't be the first one. It been a bunch of them already, so it ain't like that can't happen. I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't expect it. Am I betting on a fight? No, I can't really make no money unless I'm betting a knockout. I haven't decided if I was gonna do that or not, but I'm pretty sure who's gonna win. And just like what I do like, there's a couple things I like about what Frank Martin been saying before the fight. Though I like his confidence. Although they ain't made the ring walk, there's a lot that still gotta happen. But from where I'm sitting there, he looked pretty damn confident to me. He looked like he believed he gonna go in there and shock the world. That's half the battle. Believing in yourself. It don't matter what I think or you think or the sports announcer, anybody think. Don't matter nothing but what he think. And people gonna have their opinion. Don't make no difference for me. I don't give a shit who win. I want Tank to win, but at the end of the day, I like to see good fights. I don't see how this is not gonna be one. You feel me? So I pay for the fights. I ain't one of these dudes. I don't have no fire stick or nothing like that. No. So I'm dropping my little glue down when I get them. I wants to see good fights, win, lose, or draw. Just like when I wanted Earl to beat Terrence Crawford, but was I mad because we got an exciting fight with a bunch of knockdowns? Hell no. Would I have preferred Earl to been doing a knocking down? I did bet on that fight. Yeah, I would have preferred Earl to been the one doing it, but I ain't gonna bet nothing that's gonna make me feel mad. I still want to be able to watch the fight and enjoy it. So I've been doing this thing a long time. I can accept the L, because I don't care who you is. You're not gonna win every time. You're not, that's just not how it works. Sometimes you're gonna be right, sometimes you're gonna be wrong. A real man had the courage of his convictions and will at least voice his opinion on what he feels is right or wrong. What I hate is a coward who really feel a certain way but ain't got the guts to say it because he's scared that he gonna be wrong. And self-esteem issues and stuff like that where you can't deal with being wrong. It's people like that. It don't bother me. I ain't scared to be wrong. Shit, because if you're scared to be wrong, how the hell you gonna be right? Anybody who's scared to lose, it's gonna be hard for you to be a real winner. You know, in life you gotta take chances. That's what Frank doing right now. He taking a chance and going out there trying to get that belt. Tank taking a chance and giving Frank the shot. You gotta remember Tank picked Frank out. For and here's why I say I figure it's a tune up. I really believe if Tank win, I believe his next fight is gonna be Shakur Stevenson. That's what I believe. That's how the momentum feel. And if I'm gonna fight Shakur Stevenson and I'm Tank, I need to get me a good solid southpaw in the ring with me before I do this. Who is that guy? Frank Martin. That's the perfect person to get him ready for Shakur Stevenson. Am I wrong? Southpaw, strong, good speed, good power, more of a boxer than a brawler. More of he gonna try to take his time and box his way into big shots. Same thing Shakur gonna do. Maybe not the exact same style, but the same mentality. That's why Frank in the ring. That's what I think. That's why I think Frank in the ring. I think Tank been wanting to fight these dudes. Floyd wouldn't let him. Floyd was the one put the handcuffs on him. If I say that to the cows come home. I think now Tank didn't want to fight Lomachenko, but it was some dudes I think he did want to fight that Floyd just flat out wasn't gonna let him fight. And I think Gary Russell might have been one of them guys. I think that was Floyd that stopped that fight. I really believe that. I think Floyd stopped a couple of big fights for Tank, and I think that's part of why he made the move that he did. So when these fights come up, he ain't got to worry about his promoter uh, not letting him get the fights, cause Floyd trying to make sure he keep his cash cow. You know, uh, you know, as long as Tank believe in himself, ain't nobody he can't beat because of that power. Yeah, power make a big difference, and especially when you got real concussive uh explosive power like Tank. This ain't none of that fugazi. This ain't no gotta break you down and hit you, beat on you for 4, 5 rounds. Tank it, he catch you right in the first round to fight over with. Zab Judah had power like that with it if he could catch you right. I think Tank is a little bit more patient and a little more in it for the long haul if you have to be that Zab was. Zab was more of a front runner, you know, the first 4 or 5 rounds, completely deadly. But Zab, like Devin Haney, would fall asleep in the middle rounds and give opponents an opportunity to get rounds and catch them with good shots. I think Zab defense was a lot better than Devin's. I think Devin's offense, not power, but overall was better than Zab Judas. I'm just using them two as a little example to some degree, but Frank is the perfect guy to get Tank ready to go in there and fight Shakur Stevenson. Am I wrong? Now, if he don't fight Shakur, maybe that ain't the case, but I really believe Shakur is on his hit list. He said 6 or 7 fights. He ain't gonna fight he done had enough tune-up fights and right up under he done had enough of them to last him a career. He can go in here and start lining these big fights up and start getting it on now. Especially if he got the bag secured already and it's just a formality. This is another reason why I haven't heard that he announced that he got the big contract already. I don't think he gonna go in there and fuck up 200 some million in this fight. I don't think so. I think that's the type of money he's looking for, bigger than Floyd's contract from what I've been hearing. So I don't think he's gonna go jag that off. I doubt that very seriously. And once again, Tank, Tank and Crawford remind me of each other in this respect. Them two guys right there. Once Crawford get mad in the ring, once Tank get mad in the ring, it's over. You ain't. It's you ain't gonna be able to get away from this. You got problems now. Once you piss Bud off, who was that? Benavidez brother, and made him real mad, and he gave him a good long beating. And the boy Hank Lundy had made had made Crawford real mad, and he got the business. I think I think if Tank get hit a certain way, or if he start losing rounds and think any kind of way to fight getting out of hand, uh, it'll turn into a whole different situation. What I really believe, Coach Calvin, especially after what happened to Adrian, I think Tank gonna come in there laser focused and want to kind of make sure he don't fall victim to something like that. I think Tank really this camp right here showed me that he has grown up a lot. Only thing that really the little spats he had with Floyd for about a weekend or so, but outside of that, Tank is and he played around a little bit at the press conference, but he has shown that he has matured a whole lot over the years, and it seems like he more at ease now that he's not with Floyd. I hate to say it, it seems like he a much happier fighter. When I look at his physique, it shows me that he ain't going out there like he was partying, drinking, and blowing up to 170, getting 170, 180 pounds, and as small as he is, having to try to cut all that weight before the fight. It just seemed like he get it now. You know what I mean? It's like he done got to the point where he actually get it. He realized what he doing. He realized just how much is at stake. The opportunities. I think he realized all that's right there at his foot. Just laying right there at his feet. All this opportunity, and I think he realized he'll be a fool to go out here and do anything to really mess this up. He done already been close to doing it enough times. I think Tank ready to go. I think he ready to go, and I don't mean it disrespectfully when I say Tank is gonna be really a good tune up for I say Frank is gonna be a good tune up for Tank, but I just believe that in my heart that the reason why he picked Frank Martin is because his next fight is probably gonna be Shakur Stevenson, another strong southpaw that can box, and he been in jail and sitting out the ring over a year. He need a real guy in front of him to get him ready for another real guy down the road, and that ain't no disrespect to Frank Martin. And I guarantee you, when he get that check, he won't feel disrespected. But that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe. Till the next time, it's your boy Spill Dog. I'm out.